Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the mind of a true giant of psychology and philosophy, William James. He wasn't just a brilliant academic. He was a master of observation, a profound thinker whose words cut right to the heart of the human experience. His quotes aren't just clever sayings. They're powerful tools for self-reflection and personal growth. So, get comfortable and let's explore some of William James's most enduring wisdom together. Let's start with a classic, one you might have heard before, but it's worth revisiting. The greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. Think about that for a second. It's not about changing your circumstances, your job, or the people around you first. It starts inside. It's a radical declaration of personal power. This isn't about toxic positivity or ignoring problems. It's about recognizing that our mindset, our attitude, is the lens through which we see everything. If the lens is smudged with negativity, the whole world looks bleak. But if we consciously choose to clean that lens, to adopt an attitude of optimism, resilience, or curiosity, our entire reality can shift. It empowers us to stop being passive victims of circumstance and start being active creators of our own lives. It's a simple concept, but putting it into practice is a lifelong journey. Next up, a quote that challenges our perception of truth. A great many people think they are thinking when they are merely rearranging their prejudices. Ouch, right? This one is a real wake-up call. James is telling us to be honest with ourselves. True thinking is hard work. It involves questioning our own assumptions, seeking out opposing viewpoints, and being willing to be wrong. It's so much easier to just stick with what we already believe, to find information that confirms our biases. But that's not thinking. It's just mental housekeeping, tidying up our pre-existing beliefs. To truly grow intellectually and personally, we have to step outside that comfort zone. We have to challenge our own truths and ask, is this something I genuinely believe after careful thought, or is it just a prejudice I've inherited or adopted without question? Here's another profound one that speaks directly to our modern, action-obsessed culture. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. In a world that bombards us with information, notifications, and endless demands on our attention, this quote is more relevant than ever. We're often told that success comes from doing more, seeing more, knowing more. But James suggests the opposite. Wisdom isn't about accumulating every piece of data. It's about discernment. It's about having the clarity to know which battles are worth fighting, which arguments are worth having, and which pieces of information are just noise. It's about consciously choosing to let go of trivial slights, minor annoyances, and things that are completely outside of our control. True wisdom lies in focusing our precious energy and attention on what truly matters. Now, for anyone who's ever felt stuck or afraid to start something new, this one's for you. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. This is the perfect antidote to procrastination and overthinking. We can spend forever planning, dreaming, and waiting for the perfect moment. But happiness and fulfillment are found in the doing. James understood that we are creatures of habit and momentum. Taking that first step, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect. It builds confidence, it generates feedback, and it moves us forward. Even if the action doesn't lead to the exact outcome we wanted, the very act of trying, of engaging with the world, is where a sense of purpose and vitality comes from. Happiness isn't a destination we arrive at. It's a byproduct of a life lived in action. Let's talk about belief. James had a fascinating take on it. He said, "Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact." This is the core of his philosophy of pragmatism. He's not saying you should blindly believe in something without evidence. Instead, he's suggesting that in situations where the outcome is uncertain, your belief can actually influence that outcome. Think about taking on a difficult project. If you go into it believing you will fail, you're more likely to give up at the first hurdle. But if you believe it's possible, that the effort is worthwhile, you'll tap into reserves of creativity and perseverance you didn't know you had. Your belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a call to adopt a foundational optimism, to choose to believe in the value of your own life and efforts, because that very belief is a powerful creative force. This next one is a powerful reminder about the nature of our choices. When you have to make a choice and don't make it, that is in itself a choice. This completely dismantles the idea of being passive. We often think that by not deciding, we're keeping our options open or avoiding a tough decision. But James points out that indecision is a decision. It's the choice to let circumstances or other people decide for you. It's the choice to remain in the same place. Recognizing this is incredibly empowering. It forces us to take ownership of our inaction as much as our action. It encourages us to be deliberate and conscious in our decision-making, knowing that every moment presents a choice, and even refusing to choose has consequences. It's a call to live more intentionally. Let's move on to a quote that speaks volumes about our relationships and how we perceive others. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. It's not money, not fame, not power. At our core, what we all want most is to feel seen, valued, and appreciated for who we are. This is a game changer for how we interact with everyone in our lives, our partners, our family, our colleagues. When you understand this fundamental human need, you realize the immense power of a simple, genuine thank you, or I appreciate the work you did, or I see how hard you're trying. It costs nothing to give, but it can mean everything to the person receiving it. It builds connection, fosters loyalty, and creates a positive feedback loop. If you want to improve your relationships, start by focusing on showing genuine appreciation. Here's a quote for anyone feeling overwhelmed by a big goal. Nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging on of an uncompleted task. We've all felt this, right? That nagging feeling in the back of your mind about something you need to do, but keep putting off. It drains your mental energy. James understood that the psychological weight of an unfinished task is often far more exhausting than the actual effort required to complete it. This is a powerful argument for breaking down large goals into small, manageable steps. Just completing one small part of it can lift a huge weight and provide the momentum to continue. The best way to combat this fatigue is to just start. Do something, anything, to move the task from the pending column to the in progress column. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. And finally, let us close with a thought that beautifully encapsulates his entire philosophy. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. We circled back to this theme because it's so central to his work. This is William James's ultimate message of hope and empowerment. Life will have its struggles, its heartbreaks, and its challenges. There are no guarantees, but fear paralyzes us. It keeps us from taking risks, from loving fully, from pursuing our passions. James encourages us to step into life with a foundational belief in its worth. Not a naive belief that everything will be perfect, but a courageous belief that the journey itself, with all its ups and downs, is meaningful. And by living from that belief, we actively participate in making it so. We find the beauty, we create the joy, and we build a life that truly is worth living. William James gave us a psychological toolkit that is as practical today as it was over a century ago. His wisdom reminds us that the power to shape our lives resides within our own minds. By altering our attitudes, questioning our prejudices, and taking deliberate action, we can navigate the complexities of life with greater wisdom and joy. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. I hope these quotes have given you some food for thought. Which one resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want more content that explores life's big ideas, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and continue making videos like this for you. Until next time, take care and think deep.